Hey there. So today I'd like to invite you to have a little look at this book with me. It's called Un Grand Weekend. Weekend à Vienna. So it's for a weekend trip to Vienna. And I noticed that there's something a bit weird about the map they've included here at the very end. Right here. So, do you want to look through it with me and maybe correct it if we can? So, what we have here is a map of Vienna and a little bit of the surroundings. And we see some of the names of the districts, but also just of some areas in Vienna that are part of the districts. And let's go through it. Let's start with that. So here in the center says Vienna. So that's the inner city of Vienna. And then we have the inner districts 2 to 9. Let's see, we have the second district, Leopoldstadt. But then here in this corner should be the third district. But it's missing. So let's add that. And the third district is called Landstraße. So that's a bit too far to the right, but that's okay. It's about in this area here. Then here we have Vienna, the fourth district, but that should be a little further, right about here, I think. It's a bit further west. Here we have the fifth district, Margareten, and the sixth is not called Maria, it's called Maria Hilf. Maria Hilf. Oh, actually, I can keep the pen because then we're moving into the seventh, which would be Neubau, and the eighth would be over here, called Josefstadt. And finally we get to the ninth district, Alsergrund. So we have Leopoldstadt, Landstraße, Wieden, Margareten, Maria Hilf, Neubau und Josefstadt. And the last one, Alsergrund. Right, and then a little further ahead we have the districts 10 to 23. So start here with the 10th district, Favoriten. Then the 11th is over here, Simmering. It goes quite far out. In fact, let's mark these. Favoriten, Simmering, Wieden, Margareten, Maria Hilf, Neubau, Josefstadt, Alsegrund, Leopoldstadt, Landstraße. Right, then the 12th district is Meidling. The 13th would be Hitzing. The 14th, Penzing. And then we have the smallest of the outer district, Rudolfsheim 5 Haus. So that's a hyphenated name. Rudolfsheim 5 Haus. Then up here we have Ottakring, the 16th, which is quite famous for its beer called Ottakringer. We have the 17th, Hernals, 18th, Währing, 19th, Döbling. So, and then if we continue in this direction here, we come over here, but again there's a name missing. It's roughly this area here, the 20th, Brigittenau. Now we've crossed the canal, and now let's cross the Danube and go to the 21st, Floridsdorf, and the 22nd, Donaustadt. Right, but Vienna has 23 districts. The 23rd is a little hidden. It's all the way down here in the south. Leasing. Okay. So these are the 23 districts. Let's go through them once more. Innere Stadt, Leopoldstadt, Landstraße, Wieden, Margareten, Mariahilf, Neubau, Josefstadt, Alsergrund, Favoriten, Simmering, Meidling, Hitzing, Penzing, Rudolfsheim 5 Haus, Ottakring, Hernals, Währing, Döbling, Floridsdorf, Donaustadt und Leasing. But then we have a whole lot of additional names up here. So let's look through these. Here in the center we have Messe and Prater. As you can see, this is a green area between the Donau Canal and the actual Danube. Down here is a little port called Alban. And here this big green area is called Lobau. And the ending of this word here, au, basically means it's a type of wetland. So you would have meadows and woods here in this wetland along the Danube. Then, let's see, here's Kaiser Ebersdorf, the P.A. Hanson Siedlung, and here's a little mistake because the way it's spelled here is Siedlung, but it's actually spelled Siedlung. So the E is silent, just means you have a long I. Siedlung. You have Oberla and Unterla. There's a nice spa here in the area, and since a couple of years ago you can go there by underground, so that's great. Here's another large park, Vienna Berg. There's Intersdorf, Vösendorf, Rustenfeld, Schwechat, Mansworth, and here we're already getting into Lower Austria, so that would be a different part of Austria that doesn't belong to Vienna anymore. And down here we see there's the train line towards the airport called Wien-Schwechat. Right, then we have Berchtoldsdorf, Mauer, Speising, Altmannsdorf, Erla. Lines, there's a large zoo, basically. It's a protected environment and you can walk there for hours. It's really, really big, very beautiful. Here we have Baumgarten, Neuwaldeck, and then a whole lot of parts that belong to Döbling, Heiligenstadt, Nussdorf, Grinzing, and I think Salmansdorf too. And Grinzing is quite famous because you have a lot of vineyards here in this area. And there's something called Heurigen that you can visit and have wine directly from the vineyard. So when we cross the Danube, we have the Donau Park here. Alte Donau. So this is a former arm of the Danube that's not connected to the main river anymore. We have Donaufeld, Jedlesee, Schwarzlackenau. This too is a little bit misspelled. Schwarz is spelled without a T, just means black, and it's Lackenau, so that's a capital L if you have a hyphen in between. Basically means the wetlands around the Black Puddle. Alright, then we have a couple of odd ones. There's Groß Siedlersdorf, and I tried to look that up, but I can't find any evidence that there's a Groß Siedlersdorf in Vienna. So I think what they meant was Groß Jedlersdorf. That would be here. So this part is not right. Right, then here we're already into Lower Austria again. Gerersdorf bei Wien, Deutschwagram. We have Süßenbrunn. So this is not wrong, but it's also not completely right. This is technically the Swiss spelling, because Swiss orthography doesn't have the scharfes S anymore. They would have a double consonant, 2S. But in Austria and in Germany, we still use that letter. And it looks like this. So, Süßenbrunn. And the same for this one here, Neusüßenbrunn. It's also the case we already had it here with groß, which means big. You would spell that with a scharfes S. Right, then there's Leopoldau, Kagran and Neukagran, Hirstetten, Aspen, Essling, another Groß, Enzersdorf, so this too has a scharfes S. Oh, and I'm seeing another one right here. Großbieberhofen. This is not completely right. It's called Großer Bieberhofen. All right. So that's the corrected map. And how about we have a quick look at the start of the book. Right here, there's a calendrier des événements, so an event diary for the whole year. Janvier, février, mars, avril, mai, juin, juillet, août, septembre, octobre, novembre, décembre. In January, where we are now, they suggest the Concert du Nouvel An, so the New Year's concert, which is quite famous worldwide. But it also says, c'est pas facile d'y assister, so it's not easy to get seats there, because you can't just buy them, you have to enter a lottery 1 year in advance, between the 2nd and 23rd of January, and then with a bit of luck, you win a ticket. And the prices are between 30 and 940 euros. Or at least those were the prices a couple years ago. Might have changed in the meantime. There is a festival called Resonanzen, which I'm not familiar with, but it's for la musique médiévale et baroque, so medieval and baroque music in the Konzerthaus. This is a concert house. It's a very, very beautiful venue, so it's definitely worth checking out if you're in Vienna. There's the Regenbogenball, one of the balls in Vienna. This one's called Rainbow Ball. It's for or by the LGBT community. And one thing that we do have this year, during this winter, is the Wiener Eistraum. So it says here between January and March, it happens in front of the City Hall. And there is a giant square where you can go ice skating in front of the City Hall and through the park around it. So that's very beautiful. And this winter it actually started a little earlier, 1 month earlier, in fact, at the end of December. Right, in February we have many more balls, and something I find a bit odd, it also recommends the International Accordion Festival. So I'm not that familiar with the accordion scene, but apparently this is a big deal. I don't know if it's still happening. I guess so. In March, or depending on the year, in April, we have the Easter markets and the classical music festival called Osterklang. So with the Easter markets, it recommends the one in front of Le Château de Chambron, so in front of the castle, but there are many more throughout the whole city. These are quite nice. It's like a smaller Easter version of the Christmas markets. In April, you can participate in the Vienna City Marathon. And there's a design week called Mode Palast with 80 designers, both from Austria and also with international participants. It's in the Museumsquartier. So this is a bit of a modern area with museums, but also with a lot of small artists and designers. Then in May, it features the live ball, which in the meantime, unfortunately, has been cancelled, I think. I don't think it's still happening. But this was a big charity ball for the fight against AIDS, with many international stars. I think that the last years there were a lot of the drag queens from RuPaul's Drag Race here, but of course also musicians or designers. Then very beautiful, the Summer Night concert. À la mi-mai, l'Orchestre Philharmonique de Vienne présente son concert de nuit d'été dans les jardins baroques de Chambron. So the Philharmonic Orchestra of Vienna plays in the Baroque gardens of Chambron. And you can go there and listen to the music, but this is usually also on TV in case it's raining. Right, then here's a Genuss Festival, which I'm not familiar with, but I'm gonna watch out for it this year. And then we have many festivals like the Wiener Festwochen, Donauinselfest, Jazzfest Wien. In summer there's Impulstanz every year, so this is a festival of modern dance. This is pretty cool. September is the Vienna Fair. Not something I'm familiar with. And the Vienna Design Week. Then this one I know quite well, in October. Lange Nacht der Museen. I think this exists in many different cities. So starting at 6 o'clock in the evening until 1 o'clock at night, you can visit more than 90 museums all across Vienna with just one ticket. And it says here, the numbers of visitors can get pretty high. But my experience has been that if you visit some of the smaller museums, it's a bit more relaxed, and you actually get access to actually see the expositions. If you go to the big museums, you might see a little more of the crowd. Then there's the Biennale Film Festival. In November, Wien Modern. I think this is a music festival, but also not something I'm familiar with. And in December, normally, hopefully again next year, the big Christmas markets. De l'esplanade de l'Hôtel de Ville à la carte d'honneur de Château de Chembrun. Ils font le charme de Vienne de la fin novembre avec leur arbre à sucre d'orge et leur concert de cuivre. So you have these both in Schönbrunn, but also basically across the entire city. You can't really go around the corner without seeing at least a small Christmas market. Tons and tons and tons of things to eat there. Really beautiful decorations. Some punch. So these are really, really nice in December. And hopefully we can have them again at the end of the year. And then they also recommend the Hofburg Silvesterball. So the year ends with a ball, and then the new year starts with many, many more. Alright, so that's that for now. And I hope that we can soon travel again and explore many places. I think I'll be looking around Vienna for some hidden corners that I don't know yet. Alright, so thank you for watching today, and I hope I'll see you again soon.